Inmates of the Lost World. I began to explore the tropical paradise where I was now living. There were great rivers and mighty waterfalls. The fishing was awesome. The rainforest had the smell of new growth and was an adventure playground with a myriad of bird songs and the movement of abundant wildlife. The hills and streams had gold, and the ground sprouted crystals. At one stage, I lived on the beach for months with a bunch of wild characters, mostly naked, whilst we ate from the surrounding mangoes, bananas, lychees and coconuts. I managed to save enough money from my welfare payments to buy a car. I eventually settled on the tablelands above Cairns in a little town called Kuranda. While staying with my sister on Black Mountain Road, I came to know some very unusual locals. This intriguing bunch would pass by our door every so often on their way to and from a hippie commune deep within the rainforest. They invited me to their secret location one time, and I was happy to follow. The narrow, winding track went up and down hills, over creeks, and 2 kilometers later into a small clearing with a few scattered buildings. I was told the property was owned by a mad psychiatrist who had once lived there but was now happy to allow any nature-loving, wild-looking individual to live there. And any furniture had the true shanty look. Naked and half-naked people could be seen doing some gardening and others enjoying a smoke and a cuppa. I found myself drawn to what I now knew was referred to as Inmates, or the Lost World. As I visited more regularly, I eventually found my place and took up permanent residence. There were competitions to see who could live on mangoes for the longest, and what was the highest tree one was willing to jump out of in order to scare the other on their morning walk to wash in the creek. The uncrowned king of the hippies was undoubtedly Eric the Banana Man, and he would often ask me to punch him in the stomach as hard as I could to prove that he would not flinch, but his stomach wobbled just like rubber. After many months of living with nature and amongst the array of strange people, there was a particularly unruly man that I eyed, randomly chopping down vegetation, including the prized vines that made our walls. I arced up and chased him from the property, telling him to never return. That same day, I returned with an extremely beautiful girl that I had met on my walk to town. It was evident that these acts had handed me the new crown as King of the Inmates of the Lost World.